When you have two young, talented, and extremely competitive drivers in the same team, the risks are huge. Rivalry can push the team to the very top or completely tear apart its balance. And that's exactly the situation at McLaren with Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. But how does the team manage the egos at play to make sure this internal battle doesn't become a bigger problem? That's what we're diving into today here on BoxTalk. Welcome to BoxTalk, your space to understand the real stories behind Formula One in a clear and direct way. If you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because here you always stay ahead of what really matters at F1.
In recent years, McLaren has staged an impressive comeback, leaving behind difficult seasons and returning to fight directly against Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes. But along with this rise comes a delicate question. How do you handle two top-level drivers inside the same garage? On one side, Lando Norris, established, charismatic, and seen by many as the natural leader of the team. On the other, Oscar Piastri, young, talented, and increasingly confident that he can be just as much of a protagonist. Recently, McLaren CEO Zak Brown spoke openly about this issue. He acknowledged that there is, of course, a natural clash of egos, but emphasized that the team is prepared to handle it and ensure that personal rivalries don't get in the way of collective performance. Brown's pointed out that it's normal for two great drivers to want to beat each other, but the important thing is that the team always comes first. A simple statement, but one that perfectly sums up McLaren's current challenges.
This situation is nothing new in Formula One. The sport's history is filled with strong driver pairings that turned into intense rivalries. Senna and Prost at McLaren, Hamilton and Rosberg at Mercedes, Alonso and Hamilton at McLaren in 2007. In all these cases, internal tension became almost as important as the title fight itself. For Norris and Piastri, the difference is that we're talking about two young drivers, still developing, but already showing the maturity and talent to fight at the front. Norris looks increasingly ready to challenge for a world championship, while Piastri has shown consistency and confidence, which naturally fuels comparisons and raises pressure on both sides. And here's the key question for you to reflect on. Will McLaren be able to keep this rivalry healthy, turning it into extra motivation? Or at some point, will it explode and compromise the team's results? That balance will define just how far McLaren can go in the coming years.
At the end of the day, McLaren is facing one of its biggest modern challenges, managing talent and ego at the same time. If they can keep Norris and Piastri united behind the team's goals, they have everything it takes to fight for championships soon. But if that rivalry spins out of control, the risk of repeating problematic stories from the past is very real. Only time will tell how this unfolds. And now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Norris and Piastri can coexist in balance at McLaren? Or will this rivalry eventually explode? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I'm really curious to know your take. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who loves Formula One. This is BoxTalk, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then.